We haven't done a Monday moment in a very long time. I'm just gonna adjust the specs a teeny bit because there's a lot of sunshine coming in, and we're not mad about it. We just want to be able to focus on each other during this moment. Okay, so again, welcome to a moment of harmony. This is a Sunday moment. We definitely have had some mommy mercy for me this weekend and not being able to operate on Saturday. There is so much going on, so much to be done and taken care of, and have all the mercy. Okay, mercy and grace and mercy. So I'm super duper grateful for you all. Welcome today. Welcome for thank you for tuning in. Everyone knows how I feel about Sundays, how I feel about family day, how I feel about time for yourself and rejuvenating yourself, and just thank you for taking time out to, first off, prioritize your own healing. Prioritize your own gathering of self and having a moment for yourself, but definitely also for having a moment with me. I am honored to be a part of your health care routine. So thank you and welcome. We have so much to get into today. We had a bit of a struggle start for the moment today. I cannot tell y'all how difficult it is really to get myself together these days, and how difficult it is to, like, come all forward as yourself and be your best and your greatest self when you're not feeling like your best and your greatest self. So we are going to rise to the occasion today together. And I am praying deeply for any of you that have to arise or rise to an occasion of any sort today. I don't care if you are trying to come and be in a marriage that you're not certain of, but you have to show up as certain, okay? Or you have to come as a provider and a supplier of little people or people, period, and you barely can provide and supply any of the needs for yourself. Listen, anyone that has to rise to the occasion, you are not alone. You are not alone, okay? And we are going to be doing this together because we in this to win this, and we will be winning this together. So I am so very grateful for you. So very just humbled by the movement of the moment, okay? Hi and peace and welcome. So we are definitely going to get all up into all of it today. Peace. Hey, Mr. Carter. So we are in manifestation moments. I was about to say meiotic moments, but we've been out of that for a minute, okay? We are in manifestation moments. We are manifesting more, and oh my goodness, be careful what you ask for. No, okay, peace and welcome. Welcome to a moment. Thank you for all the love and the energy in the chat. It is greatly appreciated. But we are we are in manifestation moments. We are manifesting more. We are going to February the 7th and manifesting. We're going to the door. We're meeting me at my 40th birthday. It is the last year of my 30s, and it is the last year of a lot of things for a lot of people. Don't forget to put in the chat if you haven't already. This is the last year for what? We're going to spiritually move these things together, right? Um, Last year of a lot of things. We are manifesting, we are creating, we are drawing, we are magnetizing not only the lives that we desire, but the lives that we deserve. Right? We deserve. It's some good people out here trying to reinvent themselves, trying to reinvigorate themselves, trying to heal themselves. I know it. I see it. I'm with you. I'm with it. Okay? So we definitely going to get into doing this all together. Today's episode is entitled The Adventure of Adversity. Doo doo. The adventure of adversity. Y'all, we about to figure out how to go up into the pain. What Marvin Sapp say? Go into your pain and find your praise. Okay? Big girl work, big boy work. This grown up work. These are grown up teens. Okay? These are not things you're doing haphazardly. Maybe I wonder if I could. You got to be certain. You have to be sure. You got to be strapped up, wrapped up, prayed up, and ready to go. Okay? Because it's real. Okay? So we're getting into the adventure of adversity. And it never fails. Whenever I develop a series for us to get into, if the series is pre-mandated, meaning like there's many of them where I literally develop each um week as we, each week as it's going to be, and I will pre-outline it. And when I tell you that everything in my life begins to line up with the outline, this is the power of manifestation, the power of word, the power of intention, the power of writing, the power of thoughts. Ooh, child. So I've gotten very careful with my thoughts because I'm like, what kind of week is this? And then I get to my moment and I was like, girl, you said week number 4 was going to be about this. And it's about that. So now in this particular series, just like the last series, we went off the 42 laws of Maya. I did not develop the itinerary, right? I did not create the curriculum of the course. I worked off of the 42 laws of Mayat, and then I built from my personal experience and my personal what is it, education or my findings. I built off that. This is no different, right? Because this series is loosely built around my findings and the teachings and the philosophies of the laws of attraction that I've been studying in The Secret, right? My little calendar book, the documentary, the movie, the whole, all of everything that comes with The Secret. So I've been loosely building moments off of this calendar book week by week. And if you would not believe, I'm going to read it to you in a second, but you would not believe this one is about coming through pain, coming through um, just adversity, coming through hardship, and still to manifest the life that you deserve and that you desire. And so I said, well, goodness gracious. Well, goodness gracious. So we are going to get into it today. But child, watch the thoughts, okay? The thoughts matter. All thoughts matter, okay? That's a big in manifestation. So we're gonna get into that today. I'm going to read the excerpt that this moment has been developed from. Again, I have entitled The Adventure of Adversity. We are going to figure out how to get all up into adversity, up into pain, up into challenge, up into chaos, up into all of the things that come to break us all up. And we're going to figure out how to build ourselves back up in terms of manifesting, in terms of growth, in terms of magnetizing, in terms of greatness. So let's get into the excerpt first. Let me see. Oh, birthday blessings. Listen, I'm about to miss a big old birthday shout out. Today is the actual birthday of one of my best sister friends, Isoke. Happy birthday, Isoke. Um, Today is her actual birthday on this Sunday moment. Birthday blessings to her. Live Long has a birthday today. Birthday blessings to him. I'm trying to think of which one. Is it Asafo or Jasi? But Mama Zinga has a baby that has a birthday today. And I think it's Asafo. If it's not. And y'all would be I don't know what that mommy mercy. It is crazy because you would think that when you are a doula and you help to bring babies in, you remember like every day. After a certain amount of babies, once you get to like 20, you're like, I remember the baby, I remember the family, but it is a lot of work to keep them all together. But so it is a Sappho, I believe, and please forgive me, charge it to my head and not my heart. But happy birthday to one of Nzinga's boys as well, and Baba Shaka's boys. I'm trying to think. April. Am I missing anybody? Shout out to happy birthday to CDA. He just had a birthday. So birthday blessings. I'm big on the whole birthday situation. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm celebrating you, the day you've come into existence, the day you actualized all of your greatness. I'm always celebrating that. So birthday blessings, birthday blessings, birthday blessings. Let's get on in to this moment. Peace, praise, and power. The bestie is on the line. Praise and power to Mama Cherokee or Mama Yatali. I'm sorry, I'm reading. Please forgive that. Mama Yatali, love and light to you. Always a support, always a light. I know you've been praying for me, girl, because I've been getting lifted up when I've been falling down. I know it's you. I know you're doing things. Thank you. I thank you all. I really am grateful for. I gotta sending love to Mama Yatali, but I know that there's so much love and support coming in from me and my family. And we cannot thank you enough. I also cannot talk much about it if y'all want to get through this moment. Okay? So let's get on. All right. So the excerpt today, it says, look for the gifts in everything, especially when you, let me do that again. So sorry. Look for the gifts in everything, especially when you are facing what appears to be a negative situation. Everything that we attract causes us to grow, which means that ultimately everything is for our own good. Adjusting to a new path and a new direction will require new qualities and strengths. And these qualities are always exactly what we need to acquire in order to accomplish the great things ahead in our life. This comes from Daily Teachings in the Secret Calendar book that I got for my birthday. Shout out to Mr. Akili, and by Rhonda Byron. So, again, these manifestation moments are the product of a great deal of my research on the law of attraction, the laws of attraction, on mental synergy, and on magnetizing energy for ourselves. We've already been on some pretty, what is it, basic operations of it, just being our regular old spiritual selves, right? So just thinking about someone and then they call, or seeing something and it's staying on your mind, and then something reflects it at work when you get to another location, or someone says the same thing that you were just about to say or that you were thinking, right? We already have mental and spiritual tuneness. And it is, whether we think about it or not, many of us have deja vu, have tons of deja vu. Many of us can have dreams or feelings. I have all types of unique things that happen to my body as it pertains to things that are happening, or things that are to happen, or things that have happened, and that I was not necessarily aware of until, and I was like, whoa, I was going through this while that was happening, and that's so right. So we already have a spiritual attuneness without putting the work in. Manifestation moments is about putting the work in. It is about getting more intentional. It is about not being haphazard about your victory, right? About your winning, about you becoming. It is not at all saying that it is left up to the universe. It is saying that I am the universe, right? And we are changing that for ourselves, and we are going into that for ourselves. So let's get all up into the adventures of adversity. And again, coming up off of loosely based from the excerpt that I read this week. I told y'all how these things go. It's so crazy. So now I got to sit up here and talk to y'all about shining through adversity, because look at God. Okay? All right, the adventure of adversity. We're going to get into the teachings and transformations of adversity. We are going to get into reconstruction and redirection that comes from adversity. And we are going to get into how all of this relates to manifesting. And we're going to talk about the power and the pull. All right? So let's settle on in to this moment today. Okay. So adversity, defined as I cannot remember the exact what is it, Webster's dictionary version of it, but it is to the nature of difficulty, challenge, um, maybe sometimes even despair or defeat, right? Adversity, just things not being easy, things not being smooth, sometimes things not being well, not being too good, right? So, the adventure of adversity. Today, we are going to shift our perspective on adversity in order to shift it for as a tool in our victory. Okay, so we are going to see that adversity is nothing but a big old adventure. Things to be figured out, things to be conquered, things to be, shifted through in order to shift you. Okay, bars. So you get a lot of tools on that today. As many of you know, me and my family, we are who child going through it. Okay, that's one moment at a time, for real, for real. So one moment at a time, one measure at a time of growing yourself, healing yourself, coming to terms, and recreating your reality. Okay, and sometimes we're having to recreate a reality that is being recreated for us that we were not prepared to be in. Adversity. So sometimes you're getting into a moment of your life that is changing for you, whether it is your health and you're getting a health scare, or a bad health report, some types of some disorder with your body, or you're having romantic issues, you're having family issues, you may be having money, financial, business issues, you may just be having challenges within yourself with loving and growing and accepting yourself. Whatever it is, right? You come into the point where a reality as you know it is being shifted. It is changing before your very eyes. It is going from calm to troubled. It is going from easy to hard. It is going from good to bad. The reality is shifting. And when we talk about adversity and the adventure in it, we're talking about having to shift a reality that is being shifted as we are sitting in it. So that means that not only do I have to be a magician, but and then not only do I have to be miraculous and create things extraordinarily, I have to do it while there is adversity, while a reality is being. I have to shift the reality while my reality is being shaken. We're not talking about sitting on the top of a hill and namuring a cure, right? We're not talking about like I'm at my best. I've had my best workout week. I've had good connections. I've gone to different workshops or sermons or lectures, and I am ready to manifest greatness, right? I am ready to be my best. We're talking about manifesting best at your worst. That's a whole different ball game. This is for the big leagues. I must reiterate. This moment today, this is for the big leagues. This is for those of you that are ready to go through all of the seasons of manifestation and not give up on what you deserve to have and what it is you are seeking for yourself. So the adventure of adversity is going to be about us being in the thick of it, up in the thick of it, and making the best of it. Not a mess of it, child. We don't want to do that. We want to make the best of it. If I can get my words together, right? So being in the thick of it and making the best of it. Okay. So the first part of that, and praise and power, and thank you for coming. You deserve to have all that you desire. For those that are coming in with any questions, and sometimes this happens from time to time, I do personal healing sessions. I might be on a little bit of a hiatus for the next 30 days, but I do personal healing sessions. I am always reachable through DM on Facebook or Instagram. You can always send questions there, or you can again schedule a healing session for yourself. But I don't, or we will never get through a moment if I answer questions live. So go ahead and hit me up on Facebook, Harmony, spelled Harmonie Davis on Facebook. Go ahead and DM me in Messenger. I'll be right with you. Or but for good stuff only, positivity, and then when it comes to what is it, Instagram. I was like, what else am I on Instagram, right? When I'm on the gram, okay. Now on the gram, I'm going to be the no third eye therapist. I don't know what I'm talking about today, y'all. Grace and mercy. Third eye therapist. So third THIRD underscore IEYE underscore therapist THERAPIST. Whoo, chat. Okay. Go on healing sessions, questions, answers, all the stuff. All the love I give to the community. We can do it that way. But up on here, we got a curriculum to get through, and we got only 60 minutes to do it. I love you all, and thank you so much for your inquiries. Okay, so adversity, the adventure of adversity. When we get into the adventure of adversity, the first point I want to talk about today is teaching and transforming. Every single thing in our lives are supposed to teach us and transform us. I always tell you about my girl Casey and how what we are going through is considered soul school, right? Soul conditioning. She's a medium, and she not only does she read, but she teaches, and she's incredible, right? She has completely broadened my mind on what they consider to be the afterlife, right? But I just consider the other life, yeah, the other life. So she talks about the physical realm literally being probably just it is the classroom 101 for your spirit. It is not the first, it is not the last, it is not the most significant. It is important, but it is for your spirit to grow to its highest level of operation and to graduate into another level of operating. So when we talk about adversity, if we say that, we go with my girl Casey, and this is soul school, soul conditioning, this physical fleshly realm, soul school. If this is what it is, that means that if that's all that we're here for, that means that every single challenge is for our good, as stated in the excerpt. What was I listening to? Oh my goodness, what is his name? Something Murphy. Ooh, William Murphy. I was listening to William Murphy in the car earlier this week, and everything is working together for my good. God is leaning in my direction. These types of things, like keeping this type of mindset of, while it looks impossible, what looks impossible is making my manifestations possible, right? What looks hard is making my reality strong. So, being able to get to the point in adversity where you say, you know what, it is a little bit of turmoil. I put it earlier this week on Facebook on my story, Marvin Sapp, I must be close. In the song, he talks about, I must be close to my victory. I must be close to all the good things because it's just getting so hectic right now. It's just getting so heavy. Things must be breaking open for a breakthrough, right? So I must be getting really close because adversarial energy is trying to stop me from going where I am, is trying to deter me, is trying to disorient me, is trying to discourage me. And so that is going nothing is going to be discouraged unless it's going somewhere great. When we talk about adversity, when we talk about negativity, when we talk about what is it, that opposing low vibrational frequency, it doesn't have a reason to attach itself to anything in order to sink it unless it's rising. And it's coming from that type of perspective. So anything that we are going through is a teaching tool. It is teaching us and it is transforming us, and that is it. That is it. And I'm not, again, I never will minimize what you've been through. I'll never minimize your abuse or your exploitation or your pain or your stagnation, the deceit, right? The frustration, the pain, the loss, the breaking. I'll never say it's just nothing. But what I will say is that it's just teaching. Okay, it's just transforming. This is just attention on your life. You're worth paying attention to. You're worth molding. You're worth recreating. You're worth restructuring. And we'll get into even more of that because that's one of our points as well. Meaning that there's a saying that we don't lose. It says, we either win or we learn. And that's what I mean by teaching or transforming. Meaning that as things come into our lives that shift us, that build us up, they come in to be used for our greatness. They come into our lives. Oh, it doesn't feel great, right? It doesn't feel, what are you? Ooh, my bestie's on the line. And I will never forget as long as I live. I always tell this story. If you've been in a moment of harmony, you heard it 1,000 times. Bear with me. But my bestie, one of the worst times of my life. Oh my goodness, ready to give up, right? Ready to give in. Everything falling apart at the same time. I'm feeling like I'm being drowned, even though I was just being qualified. But that's not what it feels like when you're going through it. It feels like you're being forgotten. It feels like you're being neglected. It feels like you're being punished, and you are being prepared. Oh, if I knew what I was going through in 22 was preparing me for 25, I would have seen it differently. But see, my best friend, she said this when I was at my worst. Girl, I can't make it, girl. I don't got another day in me. Come on, tears, stay away. You know what I'm saying? I don't have another day. You talking about another, hang in there on what? I don't have nothing to hang on to, right? This energy, this adversary energy, this adversity, it has come from for everything that means something to me. It is attacking my children. It is attacking my security. It is coming for my everything that I've held on to, that I've identified myself with. This is a re-identification. I didn't see it as a re-identification because it didn't feel like that. It felt like destruction. But this is saying if everything you know is changing, that means that there are things that are changing in you. There are things that must be changing in you. I identified myself this way. I've attached myself to this. I know myself to be this way, and now it is gone. It is gone, but I am still here. There's a re identification in process. This is transformation. What is happening to me is only here to teach me. I say that I know love, but oh, wait until you get into a lesson about it. I say that I know forgiveness, but wait until you get into a lesson about it. Say that I understand patience. Look at my big old age. Say I know it. Wait until you get into a lesson about it. Life is a lessons. It is a series of lessons on love, lessons on loving yourself, lessons on loving others, lessons on loving creation and nature and divinity and growth. It is how you understand where you are today. It is about listening to yourself, love. It is about caring for yourself, love. It is about truly showing up for others in all genuine aspects, not just financially, not just on, for the looks and for the likes, but for genuineness, for divinity, love, right? Life is a series of lessons. All lessons are on love. And I feel like I got a Londrell line in me somewhere and I'm not grabbing it. But Londrell said something like that. I got you, boo. Don't worry about it, right? So, teaching and transforming. We either win or we learn. Never say that we lost, right? Never say, like, I lost my mind, I lost my sanity, I lost my friend, I lost my love, I lost my will. No. When it comes to manifesting, we got to do something with that energy. And you can't use the energy that you lose. If you lost it, you can't use it. So we never are losing. It's either teaching us, or transforming us, or both. I either win or I learn. That's it. I win or I learn, right? I got a 20-year marriage or I had a 6-month relationship. But guess what? The thing is, I learn. I'm learning. I either win or I learn. And this is the energy that we must use when it comes to adversity and the adventure of it. Yes, I strapped up. Yes, I laid down. Sometimes I bowed down. Sometimes I cried. Sometimes I crawled. But guess what? I put them combat boots on. I put that the Dora book bag on my back, and I went through this over the valley and through the woods, and I did the adventure of adversity because I'm going to come out on another side of this reality. And creating and manifesting, and we're going to get into that later too. Creating and manifesting reality is not so much of just that I made something possible that wasn't there. It is that I came into something possible that wasn't there, right? I created, y'all. The sneeze is coming. It is allergy season, and all type of things are coming. Always trying to keep on trying to keep me from talking, child. Listen, this is what I came here to do. Y'all gotta do that. See, this is what I came here to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. you know. Okay, so, um, but I either win or I learn. So if you lose something, you can't use it. And we are getting out of that for manifestation. I haven't lost one thing, okay? I have not lost my innocence. I have not lost my patience. I have not lost my hope. I have not lost my faith. Things that came to take it, things that came to break it down, things that came to destroy it, I've learned to use it. I have to use it, right? What heals me heals others. What teaches me teaches others. What gives to me gives to others. What I am, I can become for others. What I have become for myself is, shall I say. And I would say, I got distracted, but the bestie would say, when I was going through, she would say, what are you moving, God? Oh my God, every time I'm hurting, as the first thing that comes to my mind, my bestie would say, what are y'all be thinking that I'm the Oprah in the relationship? Listen, listen, listen. That's how I know Gail is a big deal. She would say, um, what are you moving, God? What are you moving? What are you moving? Because he's doing, it's that divine energy, the source energy, whatever you subscribe to, however you believe in it, whatever you call it, whatever you pray to. Listen, source energy, that which is you of you, and you are because of it, that energy is always moving in the favor of those that operate within the favor. Oh, I love you too, boo boo. That energy is always operating for those who operate within the favor. I didn't say those that are always perfect. I didn't say those that are always right. What I said is but I'm operating. Now I got a Londrell line. I'm pure, not perfect, right? Londrell, I'm pure, not perfect. But if I'm walking in divinity, guess what? that divinity is walking for me. If I'm working in divinity, shall I say, divinity is working for me. It's working. William Murphy, he is leaning. Oh my God. God is leaning in my direction, right? And that's because I lean in the direction of right, my God. I lean in the direction of balance, my God. I lean in the direction of purity. It's where I'm going to. It's what I'm intending to do. It's where my focus is. I'm not saying I don't fall off track or go backwards or get down, but what I am going to say is that it is when I wake up, it is the path that I'm walking on. And because I'm walking on that path, it is a path that doesn't leave me. So I don't lose, I use. I use it. I use it for what I need. I use it to become who I need to be. I use it for what is needed of me. Meaning, there's a lot of people pulling and pleading and prodding, and they need. And so, what it is that I learned, I use. So, um, what is it? We get into places. I'm trying to. Yeah, I got 1,000 thoughts going on at a moment. Um, when I get into the point of we cannot use what we lose, understanding that when we get into adversity and hard times come, a lot of us want to escape. A lot of us want to go away. We want to do without the pain. We could do without the pain. You know, I could do this life thing without the pain, which is like saying that we could do seasons without rain. You cannot. We can do seasons without snow. You cannot. You won't get through four, depending on where you live, but you're not getting through all 4 seasons without experiencing these things. And the rain has a purpose. Snow, it has a purpose. And so I'm saying that I want ease and I want comfort all of the time. But there is an adventure in the adversity that builds a version of me that would not be had I not gone through it. There is a version of me, meaning, here we go. There is a version of me in my vision that doesn't exist yet. There's a vision that I have of this person that is a nation builder. There's a version of me of this person who heals the world, right? There's a version in my vision of a what is it? Um, Child, what am I gonna say for myself? Because I'm using words that I don't want to use right now, because of the sensitive nature that what my family is going through. So I want to choose some different vocabulary and be more sensitive with my vocabulary. I will say that there is a version of me that is at a highest level of operation. There is a grandness to the person that I see myself. When I look at my vision, when I look at my purpose as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as an elder, as a leader, there are versions of me that have only existed in fractions up until this point. Now, there's a version of me in my vision that I am not yet, right? Now, there's a version of me today that was a vision. So, where I am today in my understanding of love, of patience, of vulnerability, of growth, of that version didn't exist 2 years ago. There is a version of me, there is a version of you in your vision that is created in the adventure. There is a version of you. There is a version of you that takes more risks, that gives more care to self, that says no more or says yes more. There is a version of you that sees and does more. There's a version of you that can do with your mind which in the past you could only do through others. Right? There is a version of you in your vision that you can't pull out until you begin to create that version of yourself. So I was watching Carrie Hilson. I sent it to some of my loved ones, but I was watching Carrie Hilson and she was talking about prayer, right? And in my mind, we're talking about manifestation. I don't really think prayer and manifestation are too different from each other. But I know we live in a westernized society and we like to demarcate and we like to label and we like to all the stuff. But I am one with the universe, right? So I am cyclical, and I work like this, right? I don't work like this. There's no linearness about me and who I am. There's no linearness about my existence. So everything matters in so many ways, and I can't put away what used to, and I can't put away what won't, without being able to make sense of it in what is. I don't want to confuse nobody, and that's why I am careful with my mind, right? Because it does Aquarius teams. So I'll say this. She said prayer is going for a bus. This is what I said Carrie Hilson, Carrie Washington, sorry y'all. Prayer is going for a bus and is praying for the bus and then running for the bus. That's what she said. She said, you can't pray for the bus and then stay in one place to catch the bus. You can't pray to catch the bus and walk slowly. She said, prayer and the work of prayer is praying for the bus and then running for the bus. And if you catch the bus, that's your bus. Right? And she said, and if you pray for the bus and then you run for the bus and you don't catch the bus, that's not your bus. Right? And so is life, and so is the construction of self. So when we get into um, using, there is a version of me in my vision, and I'm trying to figure out why I can't manifest this version of myself. Why do I fall short? Why do I do a certain amount of work on myself and then I still see my nuances or idiosyncrasies or insecurities or issues? They still raise a head. They still drive the front seat sometimes. Why, mommy mercy? Because I'm streaming. Mommy is streaming. You don't have to fix anything. You just have to be quiet, okay? Thank you so much. You done enough. So, mommy mercy, y'all. Um, why are these things happening? And the thing is, there's a vision of the version of yourself that you see, that you think is going to come from you wanting more, from you doing better. Great. Please do better. Please do drink your water. Please do pray. Please do meditate. Please be kinder. Please go inside, think before you speak and before you act. Please do better, right? But you think that in doing better, that's what's going to bring about this version of you that's in your vision, right? This CEO or this entrepreneur or this disciplined version, this healthier version, this stronger version of yourself. You think that's coming from the water that you're drinking. You think that that's coming from your new exercise routine. You think that that is coming because of the mindset shift that you had about loving yourself, right? That is not the only way that is coming. You are going to have to make up in your mind who you are going to be and what you are going to have. You are going to have to move towards it diligently, and then you got to get tested in it, right? No one has become a lawyer without going through the bar exam. No medical professional have become a doctor without going to school. See, anybody that's been qualified has had to pass a test. You don't just do the work. I'm sorry to tell y'all that today. You don't just do the work. That's not how school works. That's not how the academy works. That's not how the military works. It's not how anything that requires graduation and leveling up works. Yes, you will do the work. You will work hard. Yes, you will learn and you will gain and you will understand to comprehend. But guess what? After you feel like you got it, you're going to get tested. Because now we need to know you have it. You saying that you're ready for this new life, whatever it is. You're saying that you're ready for this new reality. You're saying, like, I'm going to love myself more. I am going to go after more of my own dreams and desires. I'm going to create more for myself. I am going to be a better this or a better that. Well, you better get ready for the test, for the exam, for the adversity. the adventure. And therefore, if I'm ready for the adversity, I'm not deterred or discouraged by it. I'm not gonna say it's not heavy. Hey, flesh and blood, I'm still here, okay? It's not gonna say it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna say it's not gonna be a struggle. But the thing is, I don't see it as the give up. I see it as the get up. Right? I see this as getting up. Girl, because when you get up, you're down right now, but what you gonna get up as? Something different. I know for a fact that when I come up out of this season that I'm in, right? Watch your mouth. When I come up out this season that I am, I won't be the harmony that I was before this season started. And I know that because I wasn't the harmony that I was after the season before that. And I wasn't the harmony I was at the season before that. And I'm saying that I don't lose, I gain, I learn, I win because I am on a journey of growth and manifestation. That's why I said, oh, be careful what you ask for. I'm asking for more. That means that less will have to go. Oh, but if all I know is less, it feels like I'm losing a lot. Hey, DJ, run that back. If I'm asking for more, we say we manifesting more. That means the less will have to go. And if I'm so used to less, I'll feel like I'm losing a lot. I'm trying to tell you that there is adventure in your adversity. There is a task at hand. It is not for you to run, it is for you to reign. This is where you show up as who you've been working to be. This is not a drill. This is where the rubber meets the road, and this is where things get real. But guess what comes up out of this? You've been training to be a hero, but the hero comes. This is where a hero comes. This is when you really have to show up. This is when you really have to show out. This is when you really have to be who you say you are, right? You've been training to be a superstar, but this is where the star is born. See, I'm not talking about where the star is made, right? That's in your routines, right? That's in your mindset. That's in your work. The star is made in the work. The star is born in the adversity. So, when we get into finding the adventure in our adversity, we have to also talk about the reconstruction and the redirection of adversity. I want us to see adversity as a calculated compass. How many of us feel like things are going one way and then boom, right? We say, oh, I was just about to graduate, or I was just starting to like this person. I was just starting to open up. We feel like adversity just comes at the craziest times, right? I was just starting to believe in this. I was just getting and it feels like, what in the world? Why would this come right now? I've worked so hard. I've tried so hard. I made this much progress. Why in the world would it come right now? A cancer diagnosis right now. Right? Empty nesting right now. They got the this year, they leaving a year early right now. You want to act up right now, right? When it's raining, it's pouring, and you kicking me while I'm down. And why is it of all the time, why right now? Because adversity is a reconstructor and a redirector. That's why it's an adventure, right? It is a reconstructor and a redirector. We're not going to reconstruct something that's what it needs to be. We're not going to redirect a situation in a place other than where, unless it's going and it's time for us to go somewhere else. I want us to see adversity as a calculated compass. It's nothing just dropping in out of the sky. You say, come on, I just got a little, come on, man, I just got a little peace. Sometimes we just got a little compliance, and construction is necessary. Sometimes we just got comfortable in something we didn't need to be comfortable in, and the reconstruction is necessary. Sometimes we've walked as far as we're supposed to walk on this one road right here, and the redirecting is necessary. Adventure of adversity. I'm not looking at adversity with fear, I'm looking at adversity with focus. When it comes in this way, I am not being defeated. I understand that I am being transformed. And so this is a time, again, not to be defeated, but to be diligent. Because right now, this is not just the, oh my God, all of a sudden, up out of nowhere. This is a, your life is moving in this direction. Things are happening for you in this way. We see that you've been real focused on this area, but the version of yourself that's in the vision that you have requires for you to take a different road. We talk all the time at a Moment of Harmony about working out. Most of you know how much I love working out, how fond I am of the process of care and reconstruction for your body, right? For your mind, spiritual, and the alignment of it all. But when we talk about working out, we know that muscle is built on the tearing of the tissue. Muscle is not built on the stretching. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the yoga that feels so good that I do love, that's all for the peace of mind. But when I want the bulk, right? When I want a physical transformation, when I want to see a visual change, when my muscle needs to look different, it's got to the muscle tears. The beauty that we love, everybody know, you know, you seen somebody cut up like a bag of dope, child. Ain't everybody like it, but if you are, God bless you, bless your heart. And if you see, and if you are it, you know, you see it, we know it's beautiful. That beauty is repaired muscle. The beauty of a sculpted body is repaired muscle. The beauty of a sculpted life, we're talking about manifestation. The beauty of a sculpted life is repair. It is repair. You are refined in your repair. So let's stop looking at repair and despair, bars, and let's look at repair for what it is. It is reconstruction, it is redirection. So what, again, like my besties say, what are you moving? What are you making of me right now? Well, Harmony, you know, you say, Miss Prophetess, that all things are possible through love. Will heal. Completely be destroyed. I mean, life have shattered my heart to dust. Creator say, you know love so much, right? You know life so much, the great, oh great healer. You a healer? You a healer? You can put things back together. You can breathe life. You are one with me, Gianyame. Okay, okay. Well, then go on and take this dust of your heart, right? These shattered pieces of your sanity. Go on. Take the brokenness and the instability of self and turn it into God. I want to see you shift this into light. You light? Let's see how much light you are in all this darkness. Right? Are you who you say you are? And if you are not, I will reconstruct. I'm going to come into the places that are broken and I'm going to make them straight. As a matter of fact, I am going to have you make them straight. Gianyame. I am going to come into the places that are broken. I am going to come into the places that are damaged, that are burnt, that are rubble, that are invisible, that are small. And I'm going to have you grow to a space where you create. Shout out to Baba Imhotep. The creator became creation by becoming creation created. Right? I'm going to have you be who you say you are. I'm going to build this version of you that is in your vision. You will not just wake up as she. You will be rebuilt as she. You will not just walk into that life. You will construct that life. You will create this reality because only in the creation will you be. I can hand it to you, but that is a gift. Or you can create it within yourself and that will be your reality. It will be your identity. It will be who you are. One day they will call you great, and it is because you know the journey to greatness. You know how to construct and rebuild. You've taken yourself from nothing, right? One day they will call you strong. One day they will call you victorious. One day, right? One day they will call you incredible. And it will not be because I made you beautiful. And it will not be because you had the luck, because we sure ain't Irish, okay? The luck of the Irish. It will not be because anything was handed to you. It is because you built in yourself a power that is harnessed, that is innate to you. You have built upon it and constructed on it, and you have become a creatus. I am one with God. And until I rebuild, until I recreate, until I make something out of nothing, I cannot call myself creatus. You cannot call yourself creator, right? One day they will look at you and they will see what you have become. But right now, you are in the midst of becoming. And it's called adversity. And it looks like loneliness. And it looks like regret. And it looks like guilt. And it looks like shame. And it looks like loss. And it looks like pain. And it looks like negligence. It looks like recklessness. It looks like exploitation. Oh, it looks like a whole lot of pain. But I am telling you that adversity is a calculated compass. Adversity is a calculated compass. I know, because I feel it. I'm tired of learning. When do I learn? When do I arrive? When will we get there? We bugging divine energy, right? We like the kids in the back seat. How much long are we there yet? Oh, when I get to a place of stability, I get to a place of happiness, and I think that I've arrived. Oh, I want to take a good deep breath, right? I'm waiting to exhale up in this joint, okay? So I'm so happy about it. Finally, I am. And then it always comes back. Are you? Let's go on through this test, okay? And let's see if you finally are. Let's see if there is more for you. We said that. We want to manifest more. Well, guess what? Exploring more looks like this. Exploring more feels like this. You think you have an understanding, but your life reflects that you all don't understand how faith and favor work. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes your life reflects that you don't understand your own worth. Okay, we got to reconstruct that. Sometimes your life is reflecting that you don't understand love and all of the unconditions that it should be. And we have to reconstruct that. And when this life gets a hold of you in such a way, and your reality becomes the reality that you've been given instead of the reality that you've been constructing, then you will be redirected. And adversity is a calculated compass. It came at the time when you needed it the most. Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, you already on your last leg. Yes, you already feel like, what else do I have to give? Who else am I supposed to be? I'm as good as I can be. I'm as nice as I possibly can be. I'm showing up in all the ways I think I know how. But we are manifesting more. Be careful what you ask for. There is more for you to have, my love. There is more for you to see. There is more for you to experience. There is more of you for you to have. Bump everybody else, because I know we out here looking for husbands and wives and things because we want to just give all this greatness to somebody. But there is more for you to have of you. I ain't about to give you nobody yet till you done got all you need up out of you. Right? This is a calculated compass, this adversity, this difficulty, this rearranging, this disorientation. It's because you are going to come through it on the other side of the reality that you see. I, again, you're not just going to wake up in it. You're going to work this thing. Watch it. You're going to become it. Because what you gain in the becoming, you can't lose, won't be taken from you, and will always be a part of your grandness. So, keeping in mind that when it comes to adversity, it only came to teach or transform. Yep, I don't care what they calling you. If they leaving you, the disappointment, you're sick to your stomach, you can't eat, you can't sleep. Guess what? It's here to teach you. What am I to be learning and what am I to be becoming? I want to focus on the pain because it's just so loud. Oh my goodness. I just want to focus on the despair. I just want to disappear from it all. But there's a lesson that you're missing that you will revisit if you choose to skip this class. Yep, nobody want to sit through a class of cancer. Okay, nobody wants to sit through a class of any autoimmune deficiency or lupus or anything. Nobody wants to sit through a class of grief. Don't nobody want to sit through a class of betrayal. I don't want to sit through a nobody want to sit through this class, but skip it if you want to. Skip it if you want to. You're gonna be back for summer school. Okay, it's May right now. Are we in May? It's April right now. You better get this lesson in the spring or you'll be back in this lesson in the summer. Right? Come Christmas, you're gonna be right back learning about it. Right back trying to grow from it. Let it do what it's supposed to do right now. Let it do. This thing is really working on me today, but that's okay. It's okay because I won't do this. Let it do right now what it's supposed to be right now so that instead of learning the lesson again, you can begin to be the person you need to be at that time. Okay, so Ashe, thank you, bestie. Um, Look at my bestie on the line. She look, all I see is Shaw. Look all the way up and down the chat. Hey your bestie, hi your bestie. Okay, we gonna act like we got some sense because we still are classy, women of the revolution. We just tend to be fools with each other. So, the adventure of adversity, right? Reconstruct and redirect. Now, all right, Harmony. Okay, Mama Harmony. You said when I'm going through, it's come to teach. It's come to transform. You saying when I'm going through it, I'm going through it for a reason. You saying that okay, and when I'm going through when I don't feel like I should be, it's coming through for a season. Okay, so there's a reason it's here, and the season it's in. It's supposed to be in. Okay, but then what does that have to do with manifestation? How do we use this as a tool to bring in our best and greatest versions of ourselves, the most incredible version of our lives? How do we take all of this, right? Because we got to get ready to get up out of this long moment, okay? How we do that is understand that when adversity hits you, it is a push. Sometimes it's a push and a pull, but it is a pull or a push on your spirit. There is power in the pull. This is where manifesting comes in with this adventure of adversity. There is power in the pull, meaning that when you are challenged, you have concentrated energy and effort in a certain direction. Whether it's sadness, depression, um, what is it? Hope, you praying, despair, whatever. These are strong emotions. Not necessarily positive, but they're strong. And in the strength of your adversity, you have the energy to pull and magnetize. This is the manifestation component. There is power in the pull on you. You are being pulled away from an old way of thinking. You are being pulled away from certain characters and behavioristics. You are being pulled away from toxic environments and toxic people, and you are being moved in such a way that you would not be moved in your regular everyday life. Because if you can find distractions and complacencies, you will. But with adversity, I mean, when all of the hell breaks loose, right? When the ceiling falls in and it floods, you're not about to sit there and act like nothing is happening. So when it gets real, there is power in the pull of the energy that's been provoked in you. This is where we transform it. Okay, so now I'm mad. Okay, now I'm sad. Now I'm frustrated. Now I'm restless. Oh God, I've been restless, right? Use it. Use it. There is power in the pull because now I done pushed you to the edge of your heart. See, it's one thing when you're sitting in the back of your mind. I'm only gonna be at this job for this much longer. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this. I don't like this. I wish that this was differently. Oh, this person don't show up the way I want them to. Oh, I deserve better. Oh, I need better. It is one thing when you are sitting in the back of your mind, and it is a whole other thing when you are at the edge of your heart. Adversity comes to push you to the edge of your heart. You'll sit in the back of the classroom making all the little talking under your breath for the rest of your life. Or this pull will push you. Manifestation is about shifting and creating reality. That's what manifesting is. It is taking reality. It is mentally, spiritually, emotionally shifting it and creating it in the physical. Right? This is a whole psycho metaphysical experience. When you are going through, you are not dying in the physical. It actually baffles me how physically affected I am by what emotionally is happening to me. But before your body starts to react, meaning like you lose your appetite, it is your mind and your heart that is under attack first, right? Because my mind and my heart are now under attack, I am going into a protective mode. So I am beginning to armor myself because I start to feel out of alignment. So when I begin to armor myself, it is to cover myself while I get back into alignment. Now, some of us, we don't really armor ourselves. We distract ourselves, right? Intoxication, what is it? Promiscuity, addiction, overeating, all of these things, right? Those things come in because your heart and your mind are under attack. And so what you do is you try to avoid the attack. You just, and this is how we then get to 600-pound life, right? This is how we get to, STDs or other types of ailments that come with allowing toxins and toxic environments into your body and in your around your person. That's because we just was like, we would just kind of like get away from me when my heart and my mind get under attack. But those of us, those of us on a spiritual journey, those of us understanding that more is all we are moving towards. That's what we tuned in for, right? We manifested more. So those of us that are in the place of more, we create an armor over the mind and the spirit while we realign ourselves, right? And in the realignment, we are pulling ourselves out of the line of fire. What happens when you pull yourself out of the line of fire? Meaning that I've been living a very mediocre existence. I've been shortchanging myself. I've been a slave to capitalism. I've been a doormat to my insecurities and my brokenness. I've been less when I've needed to be more. So then adversity comes. I can't even ignore it. I don't have no TV show that's going to distract me from it. I don't have a conversation that I can have that can pull me out of the pain that I'm in right now. There's power in this pull. That's what I'm describing. So now that I'm in this pull, I have to now armor myself. Some people call it strength, child. They say it's grace, girl. They say, look at you looking like, being in Angela Bassett mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you call it what you want to call it. It is armor, right? I have armed myself in grace. I have armed myself with the favor. What I just went into my toolbox, okay? And I have armed myself with the things that I have because my mind and my heart are under attack and adversity. They are under attack. And while they are under attack, it is allowing me time to realign. And in that realigning, that is my pull. That is my push. For whatever reason, while I'm going through this season, right, while they playing with my money, while my heart is in shambles, while I can't trust nobody, while nobody's checking on me, like, for whatever reason, I can't be in these places that I once was. I can't watch the stuff that I used to watch. I don't crave the foods that I used to crave. I don't even want to do the things that they don't even entertain me. I can't even just lay with anybody, right? I can't even do these things anymore because there's power in the pull of adversity. And because I'm being pulled, that's an energy I have to pull in my more. See, I've been praying for my more, and I've been working for my more. But now I'm in a forced position of protection of self. See, you don't always have the strength to protect yourself. A lot of us want to act big and macho like we do. Oh no, I'm going to stand up for myself. And I'm going to do what needs to work, I have to do for me. And if it doesn't serve me, it doesn't deserve me. We got sayings and affirmations. Here's the thing. We don't. We get up in those jobs and we do whatever and say whatever to keep our positions and our money. Okay? And our rent going or mortgage or whatever you have. Right? We don't. We get into these relationships and connections and we put people over us and we put power in others and we put validation and everything else. Listen, I'm not preaching, I'm sharing, okay? We get into these places and we say we're going to be better. But we get complacent and we get quiet and we get still. We get human. We get discouraged, right? And we end up sitting in what we know and what we're comfortable in. But once adversity comes, the great adventure, once adversity comes, I am forced to protect myself. I cannot distract myself from the attack of my mind and my heart. You can't even trick me into a conversation that doesn't serve me when I'm hurting this bad. You can't pay me to deal with some stuff I don't want to deal with when I'm hurting this bad. You can't even swoon me, move me into doing some things that don't work for me, that doesn't heal me or help me when I'm hurting this bad. I've been pulled into a protection of self. And the momentum and the velocity that comes with protection, self-preservation, that comes with that is so powerful that it becomes a mega manifesting tool. Now is the time when you've begun to truly protect yourself. Now is the time when you are truly trying to soothe yourself. Now is the time when you are truly seeking healing. Now is the time when you are truly trying to see what needs to be seen. When you are on your knees, what is it that you are asking of me? Tell me what will make this pain stop, and I will do it. Can I tell y'all that I can sit up in this house and talk to these people 1,000 times of the same thing over and over again? Stop it, put it up, stop it, put it up, stop it, put it up. But let me grab a tool of discipline. And all of folk know what I'm talking about, okay? If I grab a tool of discipline, everybody want to speak English, okay? At that point, pause on the play. I'm talking even down to the 2 year old. Huh? What you? Okay, I'll do it. I got it. What you say? Clean up. I'm cleaning. Go to bed. I'm sleeping. I'm listening now. This is what adversity does. I'm listening now. I wish we didn't have to get there, but we human, right? Part of it. Part of us, right? I'm listening now. I'm seeking now. I'm trying now. I'm doing now. What do you want? I'm in the perfect position for transformation because I'm broken in two. I'm broken in pieces. If you wanted me to rebuild my life, well, now I can because it's in a bunch of pieces. If you wanted me to reconstruct my mindset, well, now I can because it is all over the place. Now I will not oppose putting things together. Now I will not be, stubborn to, I will not be stubborn in stagnation to what it is you are trying to move me to or from. This is the adventure of adversity. Marvin Sapp says, look into your pain and find your praise. Right? It's in there, child, somewhere, but it's in there. Okay? And there is power in your pull. That's harmony. You know what I'm saying? I can't be quoting Marvin and not quote harmony. Okay? Power in your pull. There's power in the pull on you right now. It's pulling you running, don't. It's pulling you hiding, don't. It's pulling you retreating, don't. Uh, Retreat if it's in the direction, okay? But when it's pulling, understand that much comes with that pull if you allow this pull to be positive, if you allow this pull to be powerful, if you allow this pull to be divine. See, you started to pull me out of places and out of things, and you started to pull my life apart. But it's because what is coming needs to fit in where I am. We said this. It's because of where I'm going. It's because of who I'm becoming, what needs to be, right? And so it's pulling. When you start to feel the pull of adversity, no, it shouldn't be a pull under. We don't want it to pull you apart. We don't want it to pull you out. We want it to pull things together. We want it to bring things together. We talking reconstruction and redirection, teaching and transforming. We're talking about the adventure of adversity. We're talking about the adventure of it. That thing, ooh, that we hate the most. Don't come in here with no drama for me. But I'm not bringing, what if I told you that we serve a creator that is not cruel? What if it looks dramatic? But I'm not bringing drama. I am deconstructing in order to reconstruct. I'm bringing glory. I'm bringing blessings. I'm bringing victory. You think that it's just going to come to you, but you're going to have to create it. I'm giving you the tools, and I'm removing. I'm giving, and I'm removing, and I'm providing, and I'm removing, and I'm providing, and I'm removing. And you are to be creating and reconstructing. You are to be manifesting. So I am so grateful to you all because we are going over in this moment. Thank you for joining me for a Sunday moment. Sundays are super sacred. Every day is sacred. But I love a Sunday, right? I love a Sunday morning. And I'm so very grateful for you all for taking the time out to Ashe Mama. Thank you for taking the time out to join me on this Sunday morning. Prayers and love to each of y'all. I was going to pray for you. I said, we're going to pray today because I need a prayer. But the waterworks gonna happen if I start that. So we ain't gonna do the prayer. Okay, I'm gonna save that for another week, a different week. Okay, I'm listening. Okay, so we are But I do want to say thank you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you and thank you and thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for being who you need to be to who you are. And thank you so much for showing up for me. I know I'm being prayed for. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm being prayed for, child, because your girl is, waking up some of these days looking crazy and then waking up the next day looking like Grace. Okay, so somebody pray for me. They have me on their mind. I wish my sissy was on the line because she be rocking that joint. Okay, y'all took the time to pray for a sister, and I'm grateful. And trust and believe she is praying for you. Okay, she is loving you. She is sending a light to you. She is grateful for you, and she is always here for you. She is me. Okay, so go on with the rest of your week and the rest of your Sunday, and take really, really good care of yourself. Now, y'all, I've been saying that before I was suffering, okay? And now I'm in a season of major transformation. I'm trying to listen. I can't stress it enough. Go on and take real good care of yourself. When I tell you the people will come and go, the jobs, they will come and go. The children will grow up. The men will be adults. The women will be adults. People will go through their seasons and changes. Ma'am, sir, take care of yourself on every level, on every version of yourself that exists yesterday, today, and the tomorrow of you. Take good care. See, you're the only one with yourself 24/7. The only one with you 24 hours, 7 days a week is you. Go on and take really good care of yourself. You got to wake up and be her, okay? And you got to wake up and be him, okay? Do that and take good care. And then, once you have nurtured that beautiful heart of yours, okay, and you done some good things in this incredible life of yours, I want you to go ahead and take good care of somebody else. Because ain't nobody out here making it alone. Now, come on, we strong, but dang, we ain't that strong. This child is destroying my room. We strong, but we human, okay? So that as above, so below. Oh, sometimes we get stuck in the below, child, and we don't want to do that. So take good care of somebody else. Pull somebody out the below. Somebody that you know, pull them out the below. Bars. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being a blessing. Thank you for allowing me to be a blessing. And I look forward to seeing you for another moment of harmony next